What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and welcome back to another video guide. In today's video, we are going to take a look at Xande's, aka Mr. T's, Lost Chapter LUFENIA fight. So before we do start, like and subscribe if you haven't already, because it does help this channel and I would really appreciate it. And now without further ado, let's start this video. Alright guys, so let's start this off as always in how you're gonna deal with the LUFENIA orb, which starts at the start of the battle and will disappear once you hit less than 80% of the boss's HP, and will reappear again once you hit less than 60%. You get +1 when the target is inflicted with break, and get another +1 of the LUFENIA orb counter when the target is hit by a dark element. So there are quite a few characters that can actually achieve either one of these. Xande, Leon, Golbez, Shantaro, and Dffoo, they're all able to meet the dark element requirement. As for rebreaks, there's quite a few characters like Cloud of Darkness, Sephiroth, even Lightning can do this. Xande can do this as well, so Xande is a double whammy for you if you do want to bring him along. And as for how this fight works, the boss does have this unbreak plus HP attack, including a delay in one of their abilities. So do be careful out there, and just watching your turn orders, you may get hit by this one. The bosses will also get a shield that will basically turn your HP attack to 0. They also cannot be delayed while they have the shield on, and at this point you will have to remove the shield in order to actually do any HP damage. Now, while the shield is up, other things can happen, such as the plus variant of their flamethrower, which is very powerful. This will remove their debuffs and they will gain Brave and basically do an AoE Brave plus HP attack twice. This is also a guaranteed hit, making sure that it will deal a lot of damage. And as far as how you're going to deal with this fight, honestly, for me, as you guys can see in this video, I kind of cheesed this with the delay tactic. I went with Cloud of Darkness and basically instantly started to do as much delay as I can. Obviously, when the shield is up, I can't really delay them. However, you can still destroy that shield with the amount of, brave damage that you can do. They do get like a brave damage reduction, but if you do have like the dark element, and obviously they have the dark elemental weakness, then you will be able to push through. There is also the strategy of off-turn damage, like traps, like for Leon, and of course you have Yang and Core for the other possible cheese with the off-turn damage. As long as you have the dark enchants, they will be able to do a lot of damage. Now, freeze, paralysis, and all that jazz, all those debuffs will work out for you, as well as you can, prevent them from doing any damage to you. And as for other characters that you may want to bring, again, there is a whole list here. Obviously, I can't list every single character that is viable, but for the most part, these characters can definitely help you out. The main thing here is bringing those rebreak characters and dark elements. I already mentioned some of them earlier on in this video, but I would say I didn't really mention every single one of them. Zell is one of the other characters that have a rebreak added to their kit. And of course, Lightning again is quite famous for the rebreaks. And I mean, I think if you did end up getting Xande's kit, I think it's worth bringing him along, as again, he is a double whammy. Now, as far as call characters though, I still would probably go with Jack and Kurosame for this one, and Xande once again for the call ability. You will need his LD ability if you want the dark element enchant, if you don't really want to bring him in your main team. Again, he is a double whammy when it comes to the break and the dark element, meeting the requirements for the LUFENIA orb. So I think bringing him in your main team will help out, but if you really don't want him like me, I ended up just putting him on my call ability. Alright guys, now let's move on to party compositions, and of course I would recommend the video that you guys are seeing right now with Vaughn, Cloud of Darkness, and Setzer, Amidst Lion, Xande, and Cloud for the Cold team, and Cloud of Darkness once again for the support. I went with the Diabolus summon just in case I needed extra dark damage and therefore, you know, meeting the orb requirement. So yeah, this pretty much did the trick for me. It is a pretty cheesy party comp, but I think it really works out. I don't really want to spend my time scratching my head trying to do this the quote-unquote proper way, but yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people did other compositions that are quite cheesy. And speaking of another cheesy composition, you can go with Tidus, Porum, and Core. The Cole team, once again, Kurasame, Jack, and Xande. Sephiroth for the support, and Diabolus for the summon. Now this basically tries to concentrate on making sure Xande, basically the Cole, is in one of your slowest character. I would probably recommend, obviously, maybe Core in this one, Core or Porum, depending who you really want. Maybe Porum, I'm not really sure which one you would prefer, but Tidus will be carrying a lot of the weight with his ability to manipulate the turns, and of course he has that AoE Brave plus HP attack follow-up jet shot at every third ball, that is ball icon, whatever it is called. So doing a ton of damage. You just have to be careful though, because Tidus unfortunately is a single target specialist. He doesn't have a lot of AoE Brave apart from his EX and his LD. Both his ability 1 and ability 2 are only single targets, so just do be careful. You do get the follow-up with Core anyway, but you just have to make sure obviously that buff is active while Tidus is doing his thing. Now as for the last one, a more cheesier party comp with Yang, Terra, and Core. Again, the Cole team is pretty much the same. Xande, I would recommend probably putting on Yang and making sure he doesn't have all his speed buffs. And you got Cloud of Darkness for your support and Diabolus for the summon. Basically, this is going to be a double off-turn damage with Core and Yang, taking advantage of Terra with her turn manipulation. So Terra's ability 2 is an AoE Brave plus HP attack, so you do meet those requirements, but again you have double follow-up attacks anyway, so you should be pretty fine. Alright guys, so we're finally towards the end of this video, and of course I'll give you guys my final thoughts regarding the fight. Never really had a problem. Simple as that. Never really had a problem. Delay tactic works, not to the fullest potential, of course, because when they do have their shields, you cannot delay them, but it still works. And again, the off-turn damage strategy really works well here as well. The boss, something that I didn't mention is they do buff themselves here and there. You can take it out, you can push it out with Cole abilities once again. You know, if you use Lion to erase some turns, you can pretty much fill in a lot of the debuff slots there. So yeah, that's just probably something I didn't really mention because I didn't think it was super important. But yeah, never really had any issues with this, probably in the lower end when it comes to difficulty. But I'm sure if you don't have the right party composition, you will be struggling. I try to recommend you guys teams that are very easy to clear the fight. However, if you are struggling, you are welcome to leave down in the comments below then what your team is or what your best characters are, and maybe the community can help you out. I'll try to help you out as much as I can, but there are just some cases where I'm too busy or I just can't see a way for you to clear it. I will let you know, but hopefully the community does help you out. I mean, the Facebook group is a good resource if you are struggling as well. So anyway guys, I think I will end the video right here. Please do remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help the channel, and I would really appreciate it if you share this video to a fellow Dffoo player who is struggling to beat LUFENIA fights, and hopefully this video will help them out, and therefore share it to other people as well. You can check out my other videos on other LUFENIA fights as well while they're at it. And thank you very much for watching. And again, leave down in the comments below with your team and strategies. If you think I missed something, then by all means leave it down in the comments below. Once again, follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next level.